guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be working back on the Mustang. In the last video we wrapped up the engine build series and got this thing put back together by installing that oil pump and the new timing tensioners and all of that. And now that the engine is put back together, we're going to be starting on our headers. We got some Hooker BlackHeart headers, and we're going to be starting with the passenger side, as we've been told that that is the harder side to do. And then we'll be jumping on to the driver's side, and we'll just be keeping you guys along and updated with any issues to try and help you with your install as well. So we're getting this side on the jack stand now, so that way we can steal the jack, and then we'll be hopping into the install. So first thing we're starting with, guys, is removing the cat. We watched a couple of videos, and that's just kind of the best method that they were saying to do.
Don't tell people we're watching videos.
Why not? Everybody's watching videos.
Because we're supposed to be the experts here.
Okay. You want, or you want the ratcheting?
It doesn't really matter because I can't use the ratcheting anyways.
So regular it is.
What kind of bullshit?
Here you go, my boy.
My bad, doggy. My bad.
What? It wasn't me.
Get in the hole.
Well,
Nut, damn it.
What?
Get on it. You're dinger dinger.
You did what, brother?
Oh,
this hurts my head, dude.
these nuts?
Shut up.
Got him. Got him.
Oh, I'm about to fucking absolutely punch this cat. And it's gonna hurt.
Why are you punching cats for, boy?
Bro, I would never. Don't even associate me like that. No.
Alright guys, so it's been a couple days since I've been out here, but the boys have been out here putting in the hours to get these headers installed. The stock ones are already removed and the new Hooker BlackHearts are already in place. The driver's side just needs to get buttoned up a little bit more. But before we continue working on the car today, we're just going to kind of go over some things that have been kind of setbacks for them, and just so that you guys know in advance to look out for and kind of help you out with your install as well. So any advice for the viewers?
Definitely do the passenger side first.
Okay, starting with the passenger side. The passenger side is notably the more harder or difficult side to do. So doing the hard side first makes the rest of the process go a lot smoother and easier.
Yeah, and honestly, just getting the hard one out of the way first, you kind of get like the ins and outs of going to do your install. So when it comes to actually doing the driver's side, which is going to be the easier side, just because there's less components to have to remove from the motor itself to be able to put the header in, make your process just speed up much faster. I made this. So I had a car like this before. I made the same mistake. The only thing you're gonna have to deal with on the driver's side is the steering shaft. Make sure you have it up on I call it the frame rail. The frame rail. So when you go to put the header up and bolt it to the head, you can drop the steering shaft back down and be able to reconnect it. Because I made that same mistake when we put it in last night. Forgot about the steering shaft, caused a problem, so we had to pull it out. So that's one thing I can just say is notable on the driver's side. But like Dylan and Justin here both said, you definitely want to start with the passenger side first. Even though it's gonna suck because it's the harder side, you gotta get it done first, get the headache out of the way, and then the rest is pretty much just smooth sailing. The hardest part, really, this whole thing was just breaking everything loose and just making sure you take your time. Don't get frustrated as you're taking things apart, just because it's so easy to either strip something out or break something, especially if the car has a lot more mileage on it. Luckily, this car is a low-mile car, so there's not really too much to have to really struggle with to break loose. So I guess just one thing is just really be patient.
And then what happened with this header, like it not being clamps?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, interesting. Don't know if this is a one-time case for him. I did not have this case on my S197, but the passenger side came apart as normal with a bolted flange to the cat and to the header. This side was odd that the whole thing was welded. The only part that bolted together was the ball flange for the mid-pipe, and then obviously where it bolted to the cylinder head itself, but everything in between was welded together, so I don't know if that was a replacement cat or something was done, don't know what,
Very
but
possible.
Who knows?
It was a pre-owned car, so it very well could have been replaced.
Yes, my best vote is probably that it was replaced at some point, because I don't know why Ford would do something like that from the factory, because they wouldn't.
Okay. And
I guess one other thing, just touch on it. Definitely take your time, because it is a scary.
It's not a one-day job.
Scary job. You're gonna have to jack up the motor. You're gonna have to take out the motor mounts. So this engine is freestanding right now. It's resting on a jack, so that jack's not there. This motor would not be in the car, so it can be a little intimidating. But definitely, if you take your time, it's not as bad as people make it seem.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think it covers all of it.
All right, guys. We're gonna get to work on finishing up this driver's side, and then that'll be it for the install.
We
Basically,
have two
sorry.
header bolts left to go in. For whatever reason, they were not going in straight.
Yeah, I think it's because the piece of wood's lightly pressing against the header. Because me and Graham, you can move the motor like this. If you touch the motor, you can
push it. It moves.
Okay.
It's
Yeah. I see.
It's free.
Okay.
So I think the header we need to loosen up those other couple bolts that are tightened on the bottom, so we can readjust that. I personally, what's happening is that bolt. Is that they're saying that it's already messed the threads up. It's cross-threaded. It's not, because it wouldn't even want to go in if it was cross-threaded. What I think is happening is the header is down like this a little too much. It needs to be. Cause think about how that one was. We messed with that one, moving it up and down, getting all the bolts in by hand, then tightening them.
Yeah.
Then yesterday at some point, one of them was down there and they tightened the bottom ones. They tightened them all the way in with the wrench. And it's like, no, you need to wait to do that until you have all them hand tightened and have it as far as it can go. So that's what the issue is.
So we really just need to loosen the ones you got in there and get those last couple in?
Yeah, but just take them out, just a couple of threads.
And then after that it's done?
It should be
After that,
done.
it's just
O2s,
reinstalling
sensors,
putting the motor mounts back in, putting the starter back in,
O2s,
O2s,
and
and
hooking
then
up a couple other sensors, and then the intake.
yep, and then the drive shaft. But that hopefully should not be.
Drive shaft won't be nothing as long as you can
Right.
spin the wheels over and you have an impact. We'll be good.
Once we get the motor back on, the motor mounts, we can take the jack and jack those rear wheels up, so we can spin the drive shaft and take it out.
Yeah, the longest part of this is going to be just dropping the motor back down to the motor mounts.
Okay.
The right way, at least. That's be the hardest part.
Definitely.
Yes.
And nice and slow, just nice and easy.
How's that looking?
Good, you're lining up on my side. I line up over there, Dylan.
We good.
We're good. There we go. That's it. Keep going. Keep going.
Looking good?
Yeah, you keep going.
I'm just nervous.
You're down. There you go.
That's it.
There. There you go. So you just gotta tighten the motor mounts. Tighten the motor mounts back up, and or put the bolts on, tighten them up, finish buttoning up the headers, plug your O2s in, and then fire it up. Yep.
I'm about to start lowering it.
Okay.
We're ready.
Nice and easy. Just nice and easy, buddy. You got it.
It ain't lowering yet.
Keep going. Keep turning.
I am.
You know, it'll start moving.
I'm turning it ever so slowly. What the fuck?
Keep going. It'll go. It'll go. Trust me. It'll go.
Oh, the fucking... I'm an idiot. The jack stands in there.
Yeah, you put it in for safety. That's what it is. You jack back up on this bitch. Sick. Sick.
POV when Justin forgets that there's a jack stand in the jack.
Nicely done.